So he married 22 wives. So God gave different kind of instruction for different confrontation. You need divine direction. Divine direction is the key to growth. There are many of us today, what God wants, you see, when you lack divine direction, you remain bracketized. You remain within the confines of a certain location. And not just divine direction, there are some of us who have gotten divine direction, but we lack adequate and accurate interpretation of that direction. We don't have interpretation of what the Lord is saying. A pastor got married, and after a while he had a voice that said he should marry 22 wives, and told everybody that it was the Lord who told him to marry 22 new wives. People were arguing with him, but he was so sure. He said he knows what he heard. It was the voice of God. When he died, of course you can't have 22 wives and be alive. You will die. When he died, someone gave a prophecy in the funeral. His church grew so much, and there were so much intricacies, so much troubles, so much challenges, and the Lord said he wants 22 brides. In other words, split this work to 22 branches. But because the man did not have an accurate interpretation that the Lord wants 22 brides, 22 branches, he made himself the Lord and got 22 wives and expired. Because people are hiding under the platform of King Solomon. No, Solomon never married 1,000 because of pleasure of immorality. No, it was strategy. It was a strategy. He had 700 wives, 300 concubines. It was strategy. There were 700 regions in Israel, 700 cities rather, and 300 little regions. So from each of the palaces, Solomon took a wife because he didn't want war. All the kings of those nations could not fight him because their daughters were in the palace. You can't fight your in-laws. So what Solomon did was a strategy to avoid war. Not because he was so immoral. What was he doing with 1,000 women? He did all of them, studied, they were all princesses. He took to avoid war. So never think you can assume Solomon's anointing, because at the end Solomon said vanity is vanity. All is vanity. So you need divine direction for you to advance. And what provokes divine direction is absolute surrender and trust in God. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 6.